っと骨のありそうなやつが来た。俺はさすらいのカマだ。つわものを求めて世界を旅するバウター。山を越え、川を渡り、草原をさすらい、大自然と触れ合う中で、俺はクイーンズブラッドの真髄を見た。それをお前に披露してやる。さあ、準備はいいか。
Okay, that wasn't smart. Alright, second try. Okay, that was hard too. Third try. But I'm not upset. Third time's a charm, right? And I told myself not to get upset this time. Queen's Blood champion, my ass. This guy was easier than Neil.
What?
どういうことだ。何が起こっている。私はただ皆で遊べるものを作りたくて。
What are you doing?
なんだ。まただ。今の声。本当になのか。
Oh, come on, don't censor the name like that, you big tease. Good question. Are we gonna find out later? That Square developed Queen's Blood to be addictive by nature? I just might have. I don't know. Is that name supposed to be a pseudonym for Tetsuya Nomura? Somehow?
その後、人前から姿を消し、自宅で孤独に死んだそうだ。このゲームに人生を狂わされた者は少なくない。それほど魅力的で奥深いと言うべきか。お前と戦って新たな真髄を見つけることができた。良い修行になった。感謝する。
What the heck did I just watch? Why can't this just be a normal card game? Oh wait, it's Final Fantasy.
こんにちは。私は反死んだ青年団所属クイーンズブラッド推進委員のミザリーです。皆さんにクイーンズブラッドを知ってもらうために活動しています。ゆくゆくはシンラとカードバウトを通じて交渉するつもりです。
That's probably not gonna go over well, but she ended up being a fun challenger too. I only had to try twice, which does help a great deal, as opposed to a million times. But not once did I feel like her AI was either too good for me, or let alone cheating. Maybe I was just too tired when I was playing against Neil, and so my brain power wasn't existent. I don't know. My strategy is still messy. When the opponent places their card X, I will place my card in the same spot, which doesn't always work. Probably should have called it Queen's Gamble. We do have chips!
素晴らしい。テーブルで向かい合ってカードを交わすことで通じ合えた気がします。これであなたの講師
I'm an acolyte now. That does sound more important than Squire.
クイーンズブラッドでならどんな人とも友達になれると思うんですよ。 世界を平和に導くには武力ではなく遊びが必要なんです。
I wish that were the truth, Michaela. But humans are ever so much more complicated than that. I actually did once have this idea for a series where this would have been one of the things that take place is the chill king, and the way that the king, who is a teenager of course, deals with political unrest with other rulers is that he would just play video games with them and then everything would be fine. Sometimes he wouldn't even do that. It would just be like, hey, we want this part of your land. And he would go, fine. Which is so not how it would be able to play out in real life.
I'm also having trouble managing my party. This boss fight, mini boss fight, ended up being harder than I feel like it should have been. Cloud kept getting knocked unconscious, Tifa got knocked unconscious, Aerith got knocked unconscious, and I was really trying too. I assessed the enemy like I always do so I could get a reason to cast spells because maybe it's their weakness. Of course, this guy ended up being weak to arrow. Tifa doesn't currently have any wind materia selected, but Cloud and Aerith does. So I keep switching between them so we can cast arrow spell on it, try and get it to be pressured so we can stagger it faster. And it just ends up getting us anyway because I'm not taking care of our health, our HP. I guess this whole system is also kind of a game of do you keep fighting by making sure that your party member's HP is high, or do you cast spells so that you can defeat the enemy quicker? I usually go for the latter, but that just ends up getting us killed. Well, then obviously the former is the smart option, so that your party members stay alive, you can keep fighting, and eventually kill it. But that's also a con with the battle system in general, or maybe just monsters, is that battles end up taking too long, I think. Then again, my patience is limited. The thing with Final Fantasy games in general is that you have to keep battling so that you can level yourselves up. And that way you can better easily defeat monsters like this. But after battling for a while, it ends up becoming repetitive. It starts to feel boring, you're exhausted. At least if you're playing straight through, like an entire day. That's what you're dedicated to, is just playing a video game. So it's important to take breaks. If you don't have any other options in the game you're playing, maybe play a different game. And that's always the worst part. You see that? The monster was so close. Almost dead. And it kills me anyway. Ugh. I'm not the only one, right? We're all thinking that games will typically do that just to bug you. Well, whatever, I'm gonna take your hide and give it to the bird that this dude wants to see. How you feel about that? It's rare feed. I can think of something else that's nicer to look at. Do endless possibilities make you nervous? Thanks. Oh, come on, that's not true. You snapped 2 great photos.
ちょっと小肌だけ先に返すなんてどういうつもりだい。
ワンコに聞けよ。そいつはスタンプ以上だぜ。
Barrett, did you miss the part where he got injured, pretty much? He lost a considerable amount of HP. I wouldn't anger Rhonda by mistake. She's gonna beat my ass.
知ってたんだろ。たく何が手切れ金だ。意地張りやがってよ。
何のことだか。じゃあ話は終わりだ。
それ誰？ ラじゃないよな。ああ、違う違う。あ、もしかしてプリシラが言ってた人たち？村で助けてもらったって。ああ、プリシラ、そうそう。プリシラとは仲良しなの？別にただの幼馴染ってだけだ。
This is the only time that I've seen a male tsundere. Weird. Well, I typically avoid anime, in particular, that have tsunderes, so I haven't seen many.
君たち、
Any you guys know about? This battle ended up being pretty hard too. Oh, some of us getting knocked unconscious. Then again, we're frogs. What did I expect? I tried to go for 45 seconds, but I couldn't do it. I guess it doesn't matter. My relationship with Tifa was still changed. For the better, right?
ちょっと癖になりそう。
Sometimes, depending on certain actions that you take, it'll also tell you that your relationship with X has deepened. And I'm waiting to see that with Tifa. Here she is, the other quote-unquote Merc. Hopefully this is the last time we interact with her. Unfortunately, it's nothing that unique or interesting. Basically, she's trying to start a business at the lighthouse, trying to get customers for Merc jobs, I guess. I don't care. And we end up fighting some enemies. Also, Red is not delighted by her presence.
ねえ、君、私のペットにならない？ほら、おいでー。
I wasn't paying attention, so I guess that ended up being the whole point. My relationship with Red ended up changing. Even though the whole time I was still fighting with Tifa and Aerith. Sorry. Something that I found weird was the addition of May, or Mai, M-A-I, which is basically a female Chadley. Why couldn't it just be Chadley who calls me when I'm gathering intel on monsters? Doesn't really make sense. Maybe Square thinks twins are funny? Well, I don't. So it's a good thing these are optional.
クラウド様、ジュノンの討伐依頼は今回でコンプリートです。あらあら、どうされました？少しお疲れの様子ですね。私が肩でも揉みましょうか？
どうやってやるつもりですか？
私にはこの美声があります。ほら、こんな風にバイブレーションで
冗談はこれぐらいにして、今回も新たなコンバットコースを作成しましたので、そのうちチャレンジしてみてください。